3, no gloves. Step 3, no gloves. You hear me? No gloves. Step 3, you are going to open your tray, and the next thing you see, so what have we taken out of here so far? Forceps and the red bag, okay? The next thing in here is our sterile drape, okay? And you will see it's kind of, and I say this because it's a real thing, not because I think you all know this, it's idiot proof. It says, pick up here. Direction. Every kid's different, they might not all say that. So you're gonna go to the edge, right here, and you're just gonna pinch it and pick it up. Now, keeping in mind, and this will be NCLEX questions for you at some point in your life. Every sterile field, no matter what procedure you're doing, any sterile field has a 1-inch border that is considered non-sterile. So you can touch the 1-inch border on any sterile field. If you are dropping items onto your sterile field and they land in that 1-inch section, they're not sterile anymore. Okay, so the first thing to remember is there's a 1-inch border that goes around every sterile field that's considered not sterile, which is why I can touch the edge of this with my bare fingers. The next thing is the first time you use a kit, whether it's a new job you're working at, a new facility, or here, you have no idea how big this drape is. And you're not gonna hold that up, right? If you pull it out haphazardly, it could fall and open onto this counter. So I want you literally to be this dramatic and do this. Because you don't have any idea how big this thing is, right? And you open it here and it falls here and we ain't sterile anymore and you're starting all over. All right, so bring it out here. When you get to a new facility and you're doing your first dressing change, again, you don't know. Once you know, then you'll know. All right, so it's pretty long. You want to grab your 1-inch border all the way around and open it. You'll see it has a white side and a blue side. Okay, it doesn't matter to me which is, there's probably a reason why it's white and blue and I don't know it. You want it to be flat, both. It doesn't have a plastic side. You know, the things that go underneath the bum when you're doing enemas have a plastic, you know that goes down. These are white and blue, it doesn't matter. You want it to be flat all the way around. So if you have to move your fingers around the 1-inch border to get it open, you do that. You're holding your arm straight out in front of you. You're not doing this up close to you. You're holding out in front of you. Here's the next place where somebody's gonna make a mistake, all right? To lay this down, and this is for every sterile field you will ever create. You're gonna come out, and normally Selena wouldn't be sitting here. Sorry, you know, you're gonna come out, come around the front, and bring it back towards you. And you can move this out of the way. You'll have 2 trays. Okay, let me do that again. You opened it up, you're flat. You're gonna come around, don't let it touch anything, you're watching it, your arms are out in front of you, and you bring it back towards you. Why are we not doing this? Lots can go wrong. And some of you are gonna try and do that. You're gonna pull it out in front of you. You are hanging over it. You risk getting it on the table, right? Practice this. You come out and around, you bring it back towards you so you are always behind it. Got that? That's step 3, no gloves. We're on step 3. Sterile field, it is now sterile. There is a 1-inch, even though you might have touched all the way around it, there's probably parts you didn't touch, it doesn't matter. The 1-inch area around it is considered not sterile, okay? The rest of what we're gonna do in step 3, chunk 3, we're gonna open one of our cotton applicators. It is sterile and it needs to stay that way on our sterile field. We are going to peel it back and we are going to drop it onto the sterile field. We're not gonna lean over it. We don't want all of our skin stuff coming off, right? And we are always going, so we're gonna be in the center, we're always going to be at least 6 inches above this sterile field. Remember, 6 inches above your trash can, 6 inches above your sterile field, and you are going to drop that on there. If you are less than 6 inches, right, you risk touching it. If you are higher than 6 inches, maybe not with a cotton tip applicator, but certainly with other things that are heavier, if you are higher than 6 inches and you are dropping it, it can bounce right off of the sterile field. I've had tape bounce and roll across the floor. 6 inches, okay? The last thing you're gonna do in chunk 3 is open your packing. This is not sterile, but what's inside is. So you're going to open it, not touch the inside of the lid, and set it down very carefully, trying to not work over top of your sterile field. Chunk 3, what do we do? No gloves, what do we do? Chunk 3, what do we do?
You open the bag.
Set up the sterile field, what else? Open the applicator and
Lift it up.
the packing. Everybody with me? That's chunk 3. Chunk 4 is now your sterile, and you guys will have several different trays.